time for Perf Bites.
What the is Perf Bites?
The fourth square meal of the day. Don't bogart the Perf Bites. Fuck waffles. Microwave ready. Add nutritional value to your brain. It's time for Perf Bites with your hosts
Mark Tomlinson, James Pulley, and Howard Chorney.
Perf Bites. Whatever.
We're live. You are live on the radio right now. Give a shout out.
Yeah.
Hello.
Make some noise for Dynatrace.
Make some big noise. Thank you, Bob. Bob's, this is our kickoff live podcast. And how many of you have been to the last Perform where we did live podcasting?
Perform?
Apparently we didn't suck, so they invited us back. And so we're going to try to make it up and do really crazy stuff. How many of you are subscribed to the Pure Performance podcast from Dynatrace?
Woo!
Let's do it. So Brian Wilson's right here to my left.
And Andy Grabner's out there somewhere.
And Andy Grabner's somewhere else.
I think he's probably salsa dancing already.
That's right. And my co-host, James Pulley. James, how are you?
Fine.
It's
all good.
James is the proprietor of another podcast we do called The News of the Damned, where Satan introduces crashing websites. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So raise a glass as we kick off Dynatrace Perform 2017.
Raise it up to Dynatrace.
Raise it.
Woohoo!
Pour a little out. Everybody pour a little out. No.
Exactly. Thank you, Bob. Awesome. Bob's going to join us in a few minutes for an interview about some of the really cool stuff that's happening.
Yes.
Yes, and maybe Brian's going to do that for us.
Maybe.
I'm standing on a chair after saying we shouldn't be up on the big stage. Here I am down here.
Yeah.
But here's the format of what we're going to try to do tonight. First of all, how many went to the hot day sessions?
Woo.
Hot day in the house.
A lot of hot day in the house?
Good show of hands.
Yes? All right. So you survived. Where are the performance puzzler people? Where are my peeps? There. Okay, I got. Yes, thank you. Elizabeth's there.
Rick Boyd.
Awesome. Yeah, they survived. If you see somebody, they should get a T-shirt that says, I survived 4 hours of performance puzzles, and that'll be pretty good. We're going to go around tonight just casually here. I'll get off my chair, and we'll get some testimonials, because this week we're going to give away a bunch of stuff. You'll notice there's a bunch of cool stuff, gadgets, swag. We have, what are those, like USB adapters?
Yes, universal
power.
If you forgot your iPhone 5 or 7 charger, come down here. We've got them for you.
Right. Stickers. We also have Perf Bite stopwatches, and just like last year, or the last Perform, you have to actually share with us a testimonial from your learning, from the conference. What's your favorite part? What was your favorite session? If you loved a puzzle, you could come do that. And then we're actually going to give you a stopwatch for sharing a story. You'll also be entered to win a giveaway throughout the week, so you can come see us. We'll be at the reception table doing live podcasting. We're going to give away a drone. James, what kind of drone is it?
Excuse me,
The
sir?
drone. What kind of drone is it?
It is a Parrot GPS drone.
Parrot GPS.
Yes.
That'll be good.
So you share a story and give us your business card. At the end of the conference, we will be giving away a Parrot GPS
drone, which means you can program it to find people, your enemies. You can find your enemy somewhere and attack, take pictures of them.
I got nothing on that one.
All right. So there were already a few people that joined us right here at the table who will give some stories and testimonials, and we're going to move around and try to grab some of that information as we go. But first,
yes,
I actually want to give a warm welcome, a round of applause for Bob Stoltzman. Bob is right here. He was also talking on the mic.
What up?
Mr. CenturyLink himself.
And Bob, Brian, you want to ask Bob what the heck's going on here?
Hey, Bob, what the heck's going on in here?
I'm Bob. I'm from CenturyLink. I'm a big fanboy. I've been certified. I've been trained. This is the bee's knees, okay? I'm excited to be here with my team to launch 2 new offerings, a cloud application assessment and something nobody else offers, anywhere managed Dynatrace. That's what I'm here to talk about, is how we can manage your Dynatrace on CenturyLink Cloud, on Amazon Cloud, on Azure, on the private cloud. You don't need to be a Dynatrace expert. You can call my team. We are, and we will help you.
And
So
will,
that's what I got.
will we get a
So do you
free
have a
slap
cool
chop?
acronym? Is this management as a service?
That is a good question. The question is, do I have a cool acronym? Yeah, it's called Anywhere Managed Dynatrace. If you don't get that, I can't help you.
AMD.
M. Is it M? I think the M was
AMD.
Hey,
Yeah,
hold
that's-
on. Is it?
I don't know.
Do you
No, but
see conflicts
now
there?
everyone else does a D and a T, so is it AMDT or just AMD?
It's AMD, Dynatrace.
Well, wait a minute. Now and there's already a company called AMD.
Yeah,
That's going to get really confusing.
That's their
Yeah.
chip makers, though.
It should. Yeah, they make like graphics cards, CPUs.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with you.
Nothing at all. No.
Okay.
It's a completely different field.
Right.
Yeah, CenturyLink's a cloud provider, hybrid IT, network company. We
Beautiful.
compete with Amazon, Azure, Google,
Right.
etc.
So from a management, let me ask you this.
Yes.
There are people who have had Dynatrace, and it's been around long enough now that some people, like let's say they lost their guru. They left the company,
Yeah.
And they've got all this intellectual investment in how it's built, customizations. You guys have some expertise, obviously, to manage this for a customer.
Oh, yeah.
But what if they have? You can help them also transfer this into the cloud, like get all of their customizations, everything, sensors,
Oh, yeah.
measures,
If you're already
everything.
set up, it's a simple migration.
Okay.
But CenturyLink has been providing managed Dynatrace services around Gomez and Atmon for over 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our biggest customers include companies that I might get fired for mentioning, like Procter & Gamble and the Children's Place.
Yeah,
But these are...
those are not the companies you would get fired for saying.
These are
They'd be-
major
they'd be
brands
like them.
Major
that
brands.
want to basically pay a provider for the
like it.
availability and the managed service. They say, here's what I want to get out of my dashboards.
Right.
And finding my bottlenecks and reporting. You guys who are trained and certified on Dynatrace,
Yeah.
you take care of it for me. I want to hit the easy button.
Right. So
Set that up.
there's existing customers who maybe
Yes.
are ripe to have somebody else take over the complexity and
Right.
make it easy.
Exactly.
And there's also new customers who are like, wow, this is so powerful, and I want to
So
get
essentially
to
you've got-
top maturity right away.
We accelerate everything because our team has consulting experience
Yeah.
to basically help you with your journey to the cloud.
So that includes all the training and setting up.
Oh yeah, well,
like-
I'm proud to tell you that we had 4 CenturyLink employees go through the Dynatrace training and certification process.
Nice.
So when you go to CenturyLink, I need Dynatrace. Our people are legit. You know,
Right.
We went through the training and certification. Thank you, Nathan Tresco, wherever you are.
Yes.
To provide
by the
that
way,
service.
John has not replied yet to your
Yeah.
query.
And I also add, I mean, Dynatrace does a phenomenal job of providing a guardian. We
Yeah.
also have guardians that work with our customers. So our people are on the front lines to do install, configuration, setting up and managing those dashboards.
Yeah.
But if there's something that's so crazy and in-depth that we can't do, we've got a guardian on staff to help with us.
That's a cool
That's
idea.
really
actually.
awesome.
yeah.
That really
So
is.
internal
Well, I mean, really,
escalation.
we just leverage the Dynatrace opportunities that they give us for our customers to get the most value out of it.
Right.
I mean, we're great at it, but you guys are the experts, and we want to make sure that when our customers come to us to pay for that managed service, we can knock out anything that they want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you got James. You got another question for Bob?
Yeah, given that you got some economies of scale here, you have one person servicing multiple accounts. Tell
Sure.
us how you're able to leverage, say, pattern identification on one customer over to other customers for, say, common developer bottlenecks as developers move from one site to another.
Sure. So on that note, we have our team is trained to work with those different customer use cases, right? So maybe they want dashboards. Maybe they're doing something with a Java application, but another customer is doing total .NET environment stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we have a pool of resources that are totally cross-trained on Dynatrace to know how to provide those services. So no matter what type of application needs, we can support those. And what's great is those resources that, instead of one person dedicated to a customer, the customer, we can spread those resources across multiple customers to save them money. And that's
Yeah.
what the name of the game is, to provide a great service and value at a lower cost that's multi-tenant and spread them around. But if you're so like, hey, I got a big environment, I need a dedicated resource, this person's 160 hours a week because I've got this much need, we can absolutely do that. But it's the way we try to provide these managed services is based on what you need, what's realistic, not something that you don't want, something that's bloated that you don't need.
Bob, I have another question for you. Do you, after doing this for however long you have done this, over the 5 years, what's the average ramp time to take someone from 0 to 100 miles an hour?
Boy, that's a good question. I think it really depends on the customer. How mature are they?
Yeah.
How mature is their application, and how relevant and modern is it? Is it something that's cloud native, or are we talking about a legacy application? If it's legacy, it's going to take a long time to get up to speed. But if it's something, modern, I mean, the ramp up is very quick. But it all depends on the application and the customer's use case. Yeah.
So do you see the capture more on people migrating new apps to the cloud, or the capture on people migrating historic infrastructures to the cloud?
I see people migrating new apps to the cloud and old apps. They're creating cloud-native applications, 12-factor, agile DevOps, and that's the way to do it, right? If you're born in the cloud, do it so you can scale. But if you have a legacy application, we see that a lot in financial services, healthcare industries, right? This is bread and butter. We cannot stop this application from moving, but we want to put it in a virtualized environment. Dynatrace is the greatest tool to understand how the changes will impact that application and that infrastructure. And really, Dynatrace gives you the insight to know, where is my app going to perform the best?
So
is it in cloud?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Do you actually take a look at the performance using Dynatrace in their existing infrastructure before you migrate them to the cloud and say, hey, this application is let's call it resource promiscuous, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
Maybe we should leave it on dedicated hardware rather than virtualizing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, your question's kind of basic, right? Before you move to the cloud, you have to have a baseline of how your application is performing today. So how does it run in your current environment? And then I'm going to show you how it runs in Amazon, in Azure, and CenturyLink, and maybe even a private cloud to give you the performance data so that you can make an intelligent decision, right? But you need to know, how am I performing at a base level before I even look at migrating? How many of you guys paid attention to the CES 2017? If you Googled it and looked at the YouTube videos, you would see that the number one integration with any product right now is with the Amazon Alexa platform.
It's insane, isn't it?
Totally. And you know what? Props to Dynatrace. Where's David King? I'm sorry, David Kennedy.
King?
Where are you at?
What?
David Kennedy with Dynatrace
he's in here
last
somewhere.
year showed us all how Dynatrace has integrated
It was
with
good.
this.
And that
awesome.
that session as a workshop went over by were you in there?
I was.
So it went over like an hour almost.
Totally. David Kennedy and Dynatrace ahead of the curve.
Cool.
Okay? And what's even more exciting, if you guys didn't know, they have an integration with the Dynatrace Davis product that they're going to be showing off this week, and how to use Alexa and other voice-enabled services to get value. So you can do something like, Alexa, how did my application environment perform last night?
All right.
And it'll tell you this stuff.
So
you can control it.
So Bob, bring me home. Bob at
CTL.io. I'm one of those cool guys with a .io email address.
And you guys have a presence here, booth,
yes,
etc.
So if you didn't know, CenturyLink is the diamond sponsor.
Diamond
sponsor.
Thank you very much for your sponsorship of the show. Secondarily, thank you very much for being an awesome guy in the first 15 minutes of kicking off.
No problem.
So can we do another shout-out of the Dynatrace? Dyna? All right, everybody.
All right, let's go. Come on, I got this bet with JVS. When I say Dyna, you say Dyna.
Trace.
Dyna.
Trace.
Dyna.
Trace.
Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Woohoo! All right, Bob, thank you. Round of applause for Bob Stoltzman. I mean, you didn't really expect the energy, but, dude, you are just brimming Absolutely, it's fantastic.
Look, just a little bit of passion there. Little.
There's a little bit of passion in what he does. So please check out Bob's stuff. I have 2 mics in my hand. I'm double fisting. I should be double fisting red
I've
wine.
got 1 mic in my hand.
What are you guys having? They have Corona. What are the beers? They have Corona, Stella. Who's drinking Stella? Yes?
So while Mark is discussing beer,
Yeah.
I want to ask, who here watched the Super Bowl last night?
Who watched the Super Bowl? Yeah?
Yeah?
Yes?
People?
All right.
Who here saw the 84 Lumber ad?
You gotta get on the mic, brother.
Yeah. So I just want to say 84 Lumber paid for a 90-second commercial on the Super Bowl. You think that was cheap? No way. And do you know what happened when everyone went to their website last night? It went down.
84 Lumber. Anyone here from 84 Lumber? Has anyone heard of 84 Lumber?
I think we have somebody here from 83 Lumber.
Have you shopped? I'm sorry, sir. You've shopped at 84 Lumber once? You've never shopped there, but you knew of it. All right.
Okay.
Has anyone ever shopped at 84 Lumber? Do you actually shop? Hang on a second. I got to get over here.
He's like Phil Donahue
All
running
right.
through the audience
So
right now, and he's
tell
got the
me
gray
some-
hair to match.
Yeah.
Did
We
you,
need Oprah and Phil Donahue to be competing.
I'm going to Phil
at this
Donahue.
point.
Hi. What's your first? Tony.
Tony.
Right on the mic. Tell us a little bit. Were you shopping in the actual store?
Yes.
And what were you buying? Was it lumber?
Lumber and supplies.
Lumber and supplies. Fear and supplies, and almost fanatical devotion to the Pope. Right?
Right.
Okay. So you never went to their website ever?
Nope.
So the website crashed. Tony would still be able to buy lumber and supplies.
84 Lumber's website crashed. By the way, it was a cover story on Ad Age online magazine today. They can't even quite figure out how many hits or requests were going to the site, but ultimately it went down. We have a 90-second ad. It went down, and from a business perspective, we have a loss of opportunity in this case.
Well, I wonder if our own David Jones might know some of these answers. Is David Jones in here?
Guys, I have some information from Tony.
Oh, okay.
Tony's main point here is people that shop at 84 Lumber don't use the internet.
Don't use the internet. Okay. Fair enough.
Hillbillies don't have a down home
Well,
page.
I don't know if you're going to get...
Say most hillbillies don't have a down home page, Bubba.
Yeah. So there's a market segmentation issue here. So where do they come from to crash the website, you think? Go ahead.
I don't know, man. I could take a wild guess. Maybe they come out the woods sometime and shut down their steel, go find some wood. They got to fire that thing up somehow.
And you got to build the protection, the blind.
You do, Bubba. Let me tell you what, they
With the
ship that stuff right out there, and the
blind.
revenuers can't get you when it comes in FedEx.
There you go. So I think 84 Lumber it was a weird alien anomaly. People who don't even own a modem or a laptop or a mobile device somehow crashed this website.
Yeah, I can't get that.
You have a truck?
Oh, a truck that's mobile.
The truck is mobile, not a mobile device.
I want to see if... I just want to put another shout-out, too, to see if we can get David Jones down here.
David Jones?
Davy Jones.
Where is he?
I don't know, but we'll want to get him down here because he did a nice big analysis of all the Super Bowl commercials and the sites, and I think it would be a good thing to review. Speaking of the 84
Davy
Lumber.
Jones. Is Davy Jones in the house?
David Jones.
David Jones.
Here's a mic.
So you spent your whole...
Welcome to the podcast.
Hey.
We wanted to ask, this is my friend James Pulley.
Hey,
We've ever
James,
met
how
each
you
other?
doing, brother?
Nice to meet you.
And Brian.
Yes,
Brian
nice to
wanted
meet
ask
you.
you a few questions.
I know who this guy is.
So you spent most of your night in your room analyzing the commercials during the Super Bowl, correct?
Yeah, I was the most exciting guy on the planet, and I literally probably is the only guy in Vegas in his hotel room watching the Super Bowl, blogging about it.
Yeah.
I think I can actually make that claim that I was the only guy doing that.
So James
It's
here was
sad, but true.
Yeah.
And you
It is
weren't
very sad,
blogging
but true.
odds.
What?
You weren't blogging odds.
No.
No, he was blogging the Super Bowl commercial performance, right?
Absolutely, on the APM blog. If you go to the APM blog right now, you'll see a nice listing there for our live blog. We started it on Friday. We were going through the entire weekend. We got lots of entries, lots of great data. It was a fabulous, interesting thing.
So let's talk 84 lumber.
84
What
lumber.
did you see? 'Cause
Look at that face. It's like, it's almost a double face palm.
What did you see on the 84 lumber? What was going on there?
All right, so here's the story on 84 lumber. Is there anyone, first of all, from 84 lumber in the house?
No one.
No one laid claim to that earlier.
Okay, so here's the deal with 84 lumber. Look, you know what? You have good days, you have bad days. The good news is our creative team created an ad that drove so much traffic to our site, it crashed the servers. The bad news is it crashed the servers. So, you got to think that this is a situation where you don't want to be in. And so 84 lumber, ultimately, when you looked at what happened, what we saw basically as soon as the ad hit their site, all of a sudden the response time goes blah, and the availability just goes boom right down into the sink. And when we look at the detail around it, because, when we're looking using Dynatrace synthetics, we can see that detail.
Yeah.
Very first thing that we see, all these 500 errors coming out of it. Well, if it's a 500 error, you kind of know what part of the old delivery chain's causing the issue. So at that particular point, we knew that it was a server-side problem.
Yep.
And, if you had something like, I don't know, Dynatrace AppMon or Dynatrace SaaS or Dynatrace Managed in place, maybe beforehand, if you had done some load testing, you could have found out that you had a problem on the server side.
Now, I think that they were engaging in some other bad practices as well regarding cache management, compression, static versus dynamic content on the first couple of layers of pages. So they were engaging in all sorts of bad practices at 84 lumber that really came home to roost.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In this case. But how does a person get to this point when you're buying a Super Bowl ad?
Well, that's the problem. Now, if you think about it, okay, you knew that you were actually making this spend. Now, the average spend for an ad, for a 30-second ad, was $5 million. That's million, and for anyone who gets this reference, that's
He's putting his
$1,000,000.
pinky to his
Dr.
mouth,
Evil,
yes.
just
Right
for
here,
the
listeners.
$5 million. So that's just the spend that you're making on the creative, on the ad.
So you're spending that on the marketing, but you're clearly not spending that on the engineering.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that's the challenge, is that there was a lot of things that could have been done to turn that sort of train wreck around ahead of time.
Yeah.
Right.
So 84 lumber is kind of the bad child for this Super Bowl. What are some of the other bad children that were out
Before we
there?
move on, I wanted to know, did you happen to have any kind of inclination, because you said you had no idea how much traffic was going to it at the time. Did you see any fall-off point? Did you get any inclination, or is it kind of still a mystery from everybody's angle?
Yeah, no, for 84 lumber, I didn't see it coming, to be honest with you. They were kind of in the middle of the pack. They certainly weren't the worst of some of the companies that we were looking at, but they certainly weren't the best. They were in the middle of the road.
Oh, they weren't even one of the worst ones?
No, not at all. Not at all. There was other companies there that actually had worse performance out there. But
so who? Or can you give it away, or are we going to force people to the blog?
I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to.
Well, do you name them on the blog?
Go to the blog.
Even in the blog now, we're taking some editorial. Some editorial license, and we're not shaming people. But let's talk about the company that actually blew it away. The company that actually just basically came out on top. That company was P&G, Procter and Gamble. Procter & Gamble actually just floored us because they rocked it from a digital performance perspective. Procter & Gamble, for both the Febreze site from a desktop perspective and Mr. Clean from a mobile perspective, maybe I'm getting those mixed up. But in either event, both their properties that they were advertising, they were well prepared for the traffic that they were going to get. They were digitally performing excellent. They had optimized the site. They had reduced the number of third parties. They had done everything right, and it absolutely showed. Their teams need to be commended.
Yeah. So P&G doesn't have to redefine failure as success.
Yeah, well, there you go. No, it's they do not. No, they actually just totally rocked it. They had a great night.
And
Fantastic.
and I think for all the companies who had issues, and for anybody who's thinking of buying a Super Bowl ad in the future, when I've looked at your blogs in the past, especially on the Super Bowl ones, I think it's always an extremely great learning lesson, because if you look at the kind of stuff that you all put out about these analysis, half of that's most of your playbook, right? So give a plug for your where can people find, if they want to read this, because people might be listening hopefully, where would they find and read your play-by-play of last night?
Yeah, so basically you come to the APM blog. They've got a whole bunch of posts.
apm.dynatrace.
apm.blog.dynatrace.com.
Right. Okay.
So the APM blog, the APM blog's just got an immense amount of really interesting articles. And the articles cover so many different parts of our industry. I highly, highly recommend that people utilize this as a tremendous resource of knowledge that will allow them to just understand all sorts of different things. Anything from the network side of things, we've got folks that are DC RUM experts that are blogging. We have folks that are Appmon experts, folks that are UEM experts. There's just a tremendous wealth of data. I use it exclusively for doing things like blogging for the Super Bowl, like blogging for things like blogging for the Cyber Week, Cyber Monday, Black Friday, all that sort of stuff. I'm constantly using the APM blog as a focal point for having these conversations.
So before I let you go, I've got to ask for all the people that we know of that have failed and the ones that we don't, and we're editorially saying we're not going to shame them. Do we have any common design patterns that are showing up this year across all of the failures?
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, some of the issues that people need to take into account is that there are aspects to the way that you deliver your applications that you need to understand and optimize beforehand. Right off the bat, things like simple things that you would think that people would know, like byte count, for example.
Yep.
Somebody who serves out 1 meg page compared to somebody serving out a page that's taking up 15 megabytes of data. And I kid you not.
Hey, that was a great picture that the marketing professionals found. It's beautiful. It covers all possible interest for people coming to the site. It's gorgeous.
It's incredible that somebody would absolutely drop like a 5-page juggling monkey onto their page ahead of the Super Bowl, not optimize it. Now, here's the thing. Not only does it just hit a user in the face performance-wise, it's like punching somebody square in the nose. Think about how much that company spent from their CDN perspective delivering that 5 meg static object.
Absolutely.
That's a big hole in there.
100K.
Absolutely.
And it would have been great. So I'm getting a note from our producer here that it's time for a little bit of a.
All right, guys, time to switch. I see that great big
on the pure performance side. We can only go 45 minutes live.
Before we let Dave go, where can folks go to read all these stories?
Yeah, again, it's apmblog.dynatrace.com. APM blog.
And you might even find, besides Mr. Jones here,
Dave,
you'll find Mr. Jones and me.
Yes.
That's right.
I've only had a few.
That's right. He does. Absolutely.
Only a few.
But thank you for the analysis. It's really freaking cool.
And thank you
right
for
on, guys. Thanks
what
for
you did to
calling
us
me
night.
up. I appreciate that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome.
Man. Thank you.
All right, James, Brian, we're going to close out this first 30 minutes. It's just been about 45 minutes. It'll be 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I asked a few people over here if they would give a testimonial, and I think mostly one, they hadn't had enough to drink. Right?
Yes. I'm getting that as a common issue.
So I think we're going to come back in about 30 minutes or maybe a little more and do like the second half of tonight's show. And we'll do it live. But in the next few minutes, one, we're going to get people to drink more.
Yes.
And number two, we're going to get some people on the mic to share a testimonial.
Right. And if anybody, I forgot what I was going to say.
Right.
I thought I had a witty comment, but
no witty comments. So
I failed.
How many people still are here who went to a hot day session? Okay, so if you want to stick around and tell us about your hot day session, anyone over here from a hot day session? Yes? I don't see any hands. Did you go to a hot day? You went to a hot day session. Dude. So we're going to have people come back and give testimonials. We're going to give away some stopwatches. And we're going to enter you in a raffle to win the drone. It's a drone, a Parrot drone.
Yes, Parrot GPS drone.
Woohoo! All right, I'm going to hit some kind of music here. We don't really have an outro.
Oh, see, I could do my outro. Oh, but mine wouldn't go through yours.
Time is running out.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So there's kind of background. James, The what? Yes, we're vocautionists. So we'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Get some food, have another beer, and those of you that did experience a hot day session, please come back in about 30 minutes, and we will resume our live podcasting.
Yes,
Brian, what do you think?
I think that's a wonderful idea.
James?
Let's go for it.
Rock and roll. Welcome to Dynatrace Perform 2017. We only have a few minutes, but Andy Grabner.
Hello.
How many of you know Andy? Do you know Andy? Right? Andy Grabner? Right? So, Andy, here's my mission for you. I want you to go forth into these fine audience of people and find particular people to give testimonials. What do they think so far?
Hey, I think this is really
Brian.
hot. I've got our first.
Dude, Rick. You found a survivor.
This
from
is
the
Rick Boyd,
Puzzler.
former Dynatrace employee, and now with IBM Watson, actually.
Ooh.
And he attended Andy's and Mark's hot day session today. So let me introduce Rick Boyd.
He wasn't in there.
You survived both of us.
And hold on, Rick, let me give you this microphone. Or actually, why don't we give you that one?
Rick, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're ready to give a testimonial. You know what you're going to win.
Okay.
First of all, you're going to win a Perf Bites stopwatch.
Yes.
You know what that means?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It's the Puzzle Master. Again, it's a fucking question. Sorry, explicit
Mark,
language. Very sorry.
You got
kids
the
are
explicit
listening.
rating
No
on
children.
iTunes, right?
Yes.
That's what
this
Jack
is going
Bauer
out to the
used
world.
to say.
What?
That's what Jack Bauer used to say.
What Jack Bauer
Chloe.
said?
Anyway, Rick, if you have a stopwatch in hand and somebody is not measuring performance, you hand it to them and you say, "You have no excuse."
Okay.
See? Huh?
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't that funny? No excuses.
Maybe you can measure how long it takes Watson to provide an answer if you're quick enough.
Yes.
Can
All right.
you beat anyway?
You also win. There's a USB power thing. We're going to enter your name to win a pair of shoes, the Perf Bites crazy shoes, and the drone.
Oh, all right.
So,
but I
unlike
warn
my
you, the
workshop,
shoes are
you
the
can
ones.
actually
The
win
shoes
stuff.
are the ones you're wearing, though, right?
No, not the actual ones I'm
Okay.
wearing.
Not those ones?
These are leather.
So,
What about those? You could take the Perf Bites ones and I'll grab those.
No,
Those
these are
some-
new,
those
these
are
are
pretty-
news of the
pretty
damn
good
shoes.
kicks.
Do you see these?
Yeah, those are nice.
News of the damned.
Hey guys,
news
I
of the
thought-
damned-
Hey
news of the
guys,
damned
guys,
shirt.
guys, I
Sorry,
thought
that's sweet.
we asked him here for a testimonial, and now you're talking
See,
all
this
the
is-
time.
this is
What's
Andy
wrong?
being Andy.
Exactly. Come on.
Everybody on the podcast will appreciate us looking at something in
Yeah.
this totally audio medium.
Hey, everyone who can't see what we're
Yes.
doing, these are my shoes. So, would you care to give us a testimonial from the torture I put you through for 4 hours today?
So yes, so Andy's stuff is all online, and you could do that for free. But you got to go somewhere special to see what Mark's got going on, right? And,
Yeah,
and
special
I
Andy.
have to say that you have got to, if you listen to this podcast, you have got to go to the next conference. What is the next conference you're going to be doing puzzle?
I don't think I have one scheduled. I'll be at STPCon, and I don't think we have one planned, but I could always do a puzzler on the side.
Exactly. We are going to be in New Zealand and Australia. The
We
next
could do
2
some
weeks.
in
Maybe
New
we'll do
Zealand. Yeah,
something
we could
there,
do some down
So
under.
is anybody in New Zealand or
you
Australia
can tell
listening?
from.
They should
I'm
be up
always
right
game
now.
to do a puzzler.
Oh yeah,
They should be up right now.
They should be.
All right.
Yeah, the Puzzler was like one of those really good TV shows that doesn't assume too little about your audience. You know what I mean? Like it was very very challenging, and you didn't like sugarcoat it for us. You gave us the right amount of information.
Now,
the right
which TV show?
Oh man, let's see. A good example. It was The Wire of conference breakout sessions.
Oh, that's pretty good. I was thinking there's one from Canada. Is it on sign? It's a Witness? No, it's not Witness.
Trailer Park Boys.
It's the red green.
No, that is good. That would be good. No, I'm trying to think of another one that is like Motive.
I haven't seen it.
Motive is really good.
Okay.
That's from Canada?
What?
You said that's from
I
Canada,
think
that
it's
show?
yeah, it's filmed in Vancouver, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, what was you had 3 puzzles today? What was your favorite puzzle?
Probably the ecom one because I solved it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's a part of
Because I rocked
infamous
it.
Team
I rocked
4.
it.
Yeah, Team 4.
What was
Team
it?
four
Memory
won-
leak? What was it? What was
What's
the
that?
issue?
I can't say.
You
So
cannot say.
You can't give away the
reuses
answers
it,
to the
I wouldn't
puzzle.
wanna-
It's
yeah.
the first rule of the Puzzler Club is you don't talk about the Puzzler Club,
So,
which we just did.
so
I guess.
he solved that puzzler.
The 100 by 100 rule. Would you like to reiterate the short version of the 100 by 100 rule?
So effectively, the 100 by 100 rule states that if you have more than 100 items in a cart, or you have a cart that is more than 100 days old, you need to do something with it.
Right.
You don't just need to let it orphan and sit there. If you reach 100 items in a cart, pick up the phone and call the customer and say, hey, how can we convert this sale? Because it may be a small sports team, as an example. And they're just catalog shopping. They're looking for the best price. If you call them up, give them a better price, they can convert.
It could also be a bot that was filling up your shopping cart.
It could be a shopping bot. Exactly.
An interesting conversation.
And in fact, I have seen some monitoring bots that will, due to poor design, actually add something to a cart and continue to add every 30
you
minutes.
mean like a synthetic script? And
A
just doing the
synthetic
same
script,
thing all
and,
over?
and you know the cart gets to 100,000 items, and all of a sudden, when the cart comes out of memory, servers go into a major garbage collection event, and then they fall over and die. So
I've seen that before.
yeah, so
I've actually seen that before.
yeah. So the general rule of thumb is if you get to a defined quantity, do something about it. If you get to a defined age, also do something about it. And depending upon your organization, it could be 100 by 100, it could be 50 by 100, it could be 50 by 10. But you need to have a rule someplace in the organization. Get a room.
Luis, welcome.
So we have Lewis that's going to join us, who's telling us to get a room right now.
But before you transition, we want to say thank you for sharing your testimonial.
Thank you for having me on.
And we're going to give you can take whatever you want from the table.
Great.
I think
Perfect.
my wallet's
Don't
sitting
look.
right there. It's an iPhone and a MacBook. Just take whatever you want.
Lewis is pointing
And
out
you've
the
been
MacBook
entered
that's
to
ready
win
show.
shoes and a drone.
That sounds
Right on.
lovely.
Rick, thank you very much. Lewis, you're going to take this mic right here. Get right on the mic. Tell us what training. No, don't. Please. Wow, there's a lot of drinking going on. No, I'm kidding. No, you're fine, but it's natural.
Thank you. You're pretty good too.
Yeah, no, the natural. You don't need it. It's just you're there naturally, right?
That's like
I'm
David
a very
Lynch.
shy guy. I'm a
That's
very
right.
shy
It's-
guy. as you
So
can
what?
tell.
Tell me, what training did you go to?
I went to the introduction to Atmon and the introduction to UEM, but not for the reason you think. I have to go back and teach that at my company, and I wanted to see how they presented it so I could get input on how to take it back to the people at my office
Okay.
so I could teach them best practices so they don't abuse the tool.
Oh.
Our biggest problem has to do with educating our internal customers to use the tool properly so they get the experience you would expect.
So you sort of engaged in train the trainer
Exactly.
without really. That's not really the purpose, but you picked
That
up
wasn't
like
the purpose,
what's
but that's
the
what I
syllabus,
gleaned
what's the
from it,
Yeah,
yes.
So what's
Very cool.
which team are you with?
I'm on several different teams. I'm the event manager for ServiceNow. I'm also on the enterprise monitoring team over architecture for Dynatrace and Synthetic and UEM, and for several other tools that are coming in line. I handle event integration from any of the other teams' tools like SolarWinds, so on and so forth.
Are you on
and
the
I'm
op-
also on the cloud enablement team handling our AWS deployment.
Wow.
So,
What did you think about what Bob said? Bob Stoltzman, who's gone, he was just ragging on. He was really going after AWS. You like AWS? Been good experience so far for you?
Okay, so you want me to give you my hard line on this? It's not a matter of what tool you use. Are you using the tool that's right for you?
Okay.
Any tool can do the job if you architect and size it correctly and maintain it the way you're supposed to.
Right.
So get the tool that's appropriate for what you're doing and make the most of it. But don't just throw it out there and go Tool of the Month Club and say, hey, didn't work, let's get another one. You
Right.
keep that treadmill going, you'll never get to a stable platform.
So you have to know.
So Lewis, perhaps if they're not using the tool correctly, you can take away their pink Cadillac.
Now you're talking about the consultants. Those are our end users. I'm talking about internal customers. If I had one of those pink Cadillacs, I wouldn't be talking to you.
So can I ask you, what are the biggest challenge now that you face? What the biggest challenge is? Misuse? is actually misusing the tool in the wrong way?
Inappropriate training for the people consuming the data.
Yeah.
So the tool itself is fine, but the perception is that it's not working properly because they don't know how to consume or access the data properly.
So a fool with
Trying
a
to run
tool
a
is still a
30-day
fool.
web session report during peak load, not a good idea. For 36 guys
Oh.
at one time,
Yeah, depending on how much data is actually in the repository.
2.4
to do it.
terabytes of unindexed data,
Yeah, that's kind of nasty. But
Why
so-
is it slow?
But
I
there's-
don't know.
It strikes me, Louis, that there's two parts to it. One, you have to understand the limitation of the tool or the service that you're using, the app that you're using. But you also understand your limitations. So as a teacher, how do you help people kind of recognize where they're lacking and how they will level up and do their stuff?
So that goes back to the title of what I'm speaking on tomorrow, people, process, and communication. It's not about the tool.
Nice.
You have to communicate, educate, and inform so that they understand. You're not telling them they're doing anything stupid.
Right.
You can't say it that way.
Right.
You have to frame it in such a way of saying, look, you're not happy with it. Let me show you a way to make your experience, your digital transformation work. Okay?
So you're teaching a session tomorrow? Or you're doing a session?
I am speaking from 2:15 to 3:15 in Castellanos 2.
Awesome.
What's
So
the title
Yeah.
again?
The title of it, let me try to get this right because they changed it on me 3 or 4 times. People, process, and procedure. Digital transformation isn't just about the tool, it's about the culture.
I
Nice.
think I really
like
love
that,
that
yeah.
idea.
So, there's, like I say, you can use any tool you want, and IBM can say what they want. They've got some great tool sets if you've got the money. But whatever tool you've got, make sure you do your best to deploy it the way it's supposed to be done. Other than users not using it correctly, the other problem we had was improper maintenance and improper capacity planning. Our team inherited the tool last May, and the first thing we had to do was educate ourselves on how was it supposed to be done. The people who had it before didn't do it wrong. They built it for the way they were consuming it, and then the user base and the usage of the tool changed, and nobody changed the architecture to keep up with the usage. It wasn't planned to fail, it was a failure to plan, like they say.
So the hot days, you said one-on-one AppMon and UEM. Is that
We have the full suite, yes.
Yeah. No, but the hot days today in the training sessions, you went to the 2 sessions. One on
Yes,
UEM.
I went to both of them.
Were
so
you
I
in the
could watch them
morning
teach.
for the Appmon? Were you in the morning or the afternoon session?
I did the afternoon on Appmon.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in with Harold and Santiago.
Yeah, I was helping them out on the morning session.
Oh,
so
and
I
Gavin
just-
was there too. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you get out of it what you expected?
Yes, I got I got to watch them and how they presented it and how they did a walkthrough with a local instance for people to play with and get the hands-on part. A lot of it I don't need to take back with me because they don't need to know how to deploy Appmon. They
Right.
need to understand how to do dashboarding. I need to get them more exposure to the web dashboards because I want to move from what they're doing now with everybody creating their own individually named dashboards and using consolidated web presence dashboards with no credentials that I can control access to.
Right.
So right now, what we have is everybody building their own dashboards and cranking reports out, and you don't know what's different in each dashboard, and why does my report look wrong? I've got a small
So
team.
effectively, you're moving your bottleneck from your application to your reporting tool because you're taking the overhead of all this customization in your reporting tool.
Right, because the other problem we had is it was originally deployed by developers, Dynatrace was, and rather than seeing if it could do it, they said, hey, I can write a website for that. So, for instance, there's no email alerting configured for incidents in Dynatrace. It's all done through a website this guy wrote that does a REST call to pull the alerts out of Dynatrace, and then he escalates them out to email. Somebody called me 2 weeks after we had inherited the tool and said, I'm not getting my emails. I said, okay, there's nothing configured in Dynatrace. Well, we got a hold of the previous team that had one page on a wiki with a bunch of obsolete server names that said nothing about this, found out that he had a custom app that was pulling the alerts and sending them.
Cool.
So after that, we figured out, okay, we got a couple other problems. And then we found out they have a dashboard for month end. It's not inside of Dynatrace. They're exporting XML, running it out to a SQL Service reporting instance, and writing it out to someplace else that we didn't know about.
I find that something works particularly well in Dallas.
I'm sorry?
Since you live in Dallas,
Yes?
you can bribe people with barbecue from Euless, Maine.
If it's good barbecue.
It's good barbecue.
Okay.
It's Euless, Maine.
It's you?
Euless, Maine barbecue.
I do not know that one.
Oh.
My best barbecue is the one I put in my own smoker for 24 hours.
Okay. I can't deny you on that one.
I use my own homegrown peach wood from the trees my wife has that we prune every fall, and I
Yeah.
put it out in the morning, let it go for 12 hours, flip it, let it simmer, bring it out, and it falls off.
Yeah, the only problem I have with you guys in Texas is you do the wrong animal.
I did
It's
the wrong
brisket, it's brisket, not
What can I
pork.
talk to you about?
Right. Brisket's the only one I use.
Yeah.
That's another discussion.
Yes, he did.
We're going to go live
Hey.
to Brian.
Oh, Brian and
so
Harold.
we've got Harold over here, Harry as his friends call him. Obviously not me. That's Lewis. He was in your class the afternoon over there, right? And
Hi. Hi, how's it going?
That's good.
Perfect.
So what was No, you stay here. Come on. Okay. You just praised Harry, and now we brought him in.
so what you missed, Harry, if I may, was Lewis here
Not
was
too bad. So I would say in the Eurovision Song Contest, maybe not 12 points, but 10 points.
But do you know why Lewis was in your class?
Sorry?
Do you know why Lewis was in your class? Do you think he was there to learn the fundamentals of Atmon? Do you
know why
he was
I was
there
in your class?
to learn the fundamentals of Atmon? Why was he in your class, do you think?
I have no idea. Maybe he has never worked with Atmon before. He heard about that it's a very cool thing, that it's a very cool application where you can see everything that you have in your application, and he just wanted to know how can they do that.
Let's go to the board. Do we have... He thinks it's a cool tool. Well, he does, but that's not the reason he was there. So,
It is a cool tool.
So he was there actually because he's in charge of training his teams back at his company. So he wanted to see, right? Well, you can explain it, but he wanted to basically see
I'm going
how
back to
we
teach
do
my
it.
people what you were talking about.
That's cool.
Train the trainer.
Perfect.
But I can't do the accent as good as you.
You have to train a little bit, but it's not that hard.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Well, we're talking about why I was there, but yeah, Harold, your session was
Yeah, there's
Oh,
another
yeah,
session on
coming up.
Thursday, yeah.
What
So
is that on?
it's not the getting started training. It's more training, a workshop about IoT.
Ooh, IoT.
So about how to getting started actually with IoT, how to build your own prototypes, how to integrate your IoT devices with IoT platforms like the AWS IoT platform, and how to integrate proper monitoring with Dynatrace into your IoT devices.
So I do want to point out for the listeners that you are Austrian, correct?
That's correct.
And we're talking about IoT, which is what leads to Skynet. And the person who played the eventual outcome of Skynet, Arnold Schwarzenegger, was also Austrian. So this is really just the future coming true, just a little late.
What is the connection between Austria and IoT and Skynet from Terminator movie? You know the Terminator movie?
No, I don't. I know the original Terminator movies,
Yes,
but
exactly.
Exactly. Skynet was the AI robot
That came
army
alive.
that took over the world and killed all the humans.
I know this answer.
You know this? What, really? What's the connection between
I know this from Austria.
It's self-replicating IoT.
So you are helping usher in with
self-aware
this
IoT.
IoT.
So the real connection is actually I have to think about it, but then I'll be back.
So before you leave,
You could go
before
at
you
How
leave,
long
your
does it
session
say
is when?
Scrum with me if you want to
On
live.
Thursday at 10:30 in the morning.
10:30. Okay, Thursday, 10:30 in the morning. Thank you, Harold. And if people recognize his voice, he was on one of our Pure Performance podcasts earlier about database.
Yeah,
With,
and so
with,
remember Thursday and hasta la vista, baby.
Hasta la vista, baby. Louis, you can hang for a second, if you will, with us. Romain, welcome to the
hi.
podcast. Welcome again.
Thank you very much.
I remember you competing last year for us.
Romain, let us interview you.
No, that's not the idea. That's just terrible, Joe. You can see that. You mentioned to me just 2 seconds ago that you had a performance story to share.
Yes.
A
I've
new
got
one, brand new.
I've got a UEM story.
A UEM story.
Yes.
And you know, a stopwatch, one of these wonderful
And we're gonna-
stopwatches is on the line.
Just for even offering, we'll give him another stopwatch.
I was helping a customer, and they don't have, they didn't have any APM and all of that, and they were like, our customers are complaining we're getting blank pages. Sometimes they're getting blank pages, and they call us and say, "Oh, I'm getting a blank page when I access your website," and it was very random, apparently very sporadic.
About tacos.
Okay.
Do you know,
about tacos? Yeah,
did you know that guy?
No.
So when they called, you said you're getting blank pages because of the blank stare? What?
I don't know. So I said, so let's put Dynatrace on and let's put UEM on and we'll see, what the problem is.
Right.
And sure enough, within 24 hours, we had enough data to identify the problem.
And what was that problem?
It was a piece of JavaScript that they had written that would just fail in some situations. And we could see the JavaScript errors.
So it was like in the client errors that you were able to see?
It was a client error, yes.
Okay.
And we could see actually people retrying like 20 times for some of them, right? Yes, exactly. And just getting no response. And we could see all those failed executions of the JavaScript.
So I want to ask, why did only some people have the problem and others people didn't?
So I don't know the full story because there wasn't anything obvious. It wasn't like a particular browser on a particular OS. But Dynatrace UEM gave us the exact line that failed. So
Okay.
we gave the feedback to the developer. We did it. So
that's
my
amazing.
story.
And you're sticking to it?
Yes.
I was going to ask, what ended up being the solution? Was there a bug within this JavaScript piece that was trailing out? You had to fix the JavaScript?
Yeah, that was a very, very custom piece that they had written themselves.
Did you just remove it, or was there a fix of some
No,
sort?
I guess they fixed the actual code. I don't have the specifics, but yeah.
What was it doing? What was it? A call to a third party? What was it doing?
So without telling too much, but it's an application that displays maps and
the geography
custom maps,
is
exactly. A geospatial application.
Right, geospatial app. Yeah.
And that piece of JavaScript, I think, was related to what that particular customer was bringing to those maps. Adding things on the maps.
Awesome.
Their own,
Right? Yeah. That's a cool idea, but this JavaScript sucked.
Exactly.
I said that, and I'm sorry, it's aggressive. It sounds aggressive when I say it. I don't.
But they had the problem for months and months. So like, oh no, it's not us.
And in 24 hours after turning on UEM, you had the data. That's amazing.
And then they would go after the network guys, saying it's the network. The network guys are like, nah, it's not us.
The IST coat of arms.
That's right. Yeah, and some other guy.
That was a visual. I crossed my arms.
It was a visual.
Yes.
It's good for radio. But that's in the middle of those two pointing fingers is the network guy. Right?
Yes.
Well, exactly. You start at the bottom. You start with the network, then it's the SAN team, then it's the SQL team, then it's the monitoring team, and eventually the developers say, maybe it's the code.
I keep going all the way. Yeah. It's the CEO's fault. Don't you think?
He hired the guys that wrote the code.
It's right. Exactly right. Cool. So it just is pretty simple to solve in UEM.
Yes.
Because you can expose all of that in real time.
And it took literally just 24 hours to get enough data.
Really?
To see the problem.
Very nice.
So again, it was randomly occurring, so they had to capture enough of the instances of it.
Yeah.
I've seen, not to be testimonial-ish, because I work for the company, right? But I was a customer first, and for me one time it was, because it wasn't sporadic, because it was all the time, it was like you catch it once, hand it to the developer, bam, you're done. But yeah, in those production weird instances, it's definitely like you just capture enough of those occurrences and.
But it's what you usually hear. Once you get Dynatrace on there instrumented correctly, you can pinpoint exactly where the code is that's causing the issue and tell your developer where to work.
Well, that's the great thing in the client errors too, because it'll even tell you the line number.
Serious. Exactly.
Right. So it's just
like
line 43.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much.
No worries.
Go ahead and grab a stopwatch or everyone took. I guess you're going to have to be stuck with a stopwatch. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's going to be a stopwatch.
Thank you very much.
Somebody behind us. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Mr. Pulley, I think it's about time.
Is it that time?
Hey, I think Mark's trying to cajole somebody. Let's all go over there and stand there.
So let's apply
and,
social
it'd be
pressure
really,
with Mr.
really
Tomlinson?
cool if one of you talked. I think if we all come over
Maybe
here.
they won't notice us.
No.
If we all stand around here.
What I'll do is
I'll
be respectful.
Put
this person has only used Dynatrace for a couple months.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. What's your name?
There's only
just
4
your first
people
name.
listening.
Claudia. Nice to meet you too.
And you've only started 2 months with Dynatrace.
Yeah.
What do you think so far? Is it good?
Yeah, it's a very interesting application.
Yeah?
And it can be used in many ways. But I still have to know a little bit more about all the things we can do with it.
What's the number one thing? Are you taking some sessions? What are you interested in this week?
Monitoring applications. I think it's the best thing.
Just core monitoring?
Yeah.
What about troubleshooting, like getting into problem recognition and
That's
things?
her.
Oh, really?
That's her area.
Well, what area do you work in the organization?
I'm in sales. Yeah.
So there's also. Okay, well, hold on, Mark. Let me give you this mic.
What? No,
Take
it's
this
all right.
one?
That's,
Okay.
I'll Phil Donahue. So wait a minute. You do more you do more troubleshooting or problem isolation?
Okay, just let her take the mic.
I'm gonna help her with the English.
With the English? Yes.
Hold on.
Español.
Mark, we don't worry about English here. It's all binary.
Yeah, it's zeros and ones. Can you translate this into
Ceros
kanji?
and unos.
Or
It's,
into hex?
binary.
Can you speak to me in hex?
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Zero
hexadecimal. Are you good with
Zero
that?
X
Hexadecimal?
one.
And she's really good.
All right, so your point is, though, I mean, the base, everyone needs the core at the base of monitoring.
Yeah.
And so you've got to have that, if you're just 2 months in, get that solid.
Yes.
And then what's the next step? Is problems, like finding bottlenecks and things?
I think that they have a lot of problems that they don't even know they have in their application.
Right.
And some of them are really obvious, but
Yeah.
there are others that they don't even know they have.
You would hunt
world,
forever.
The world
after.
is filled with patterns.
Patterns?
The patterns
So
of
do you know patterns?
Anti-patterns of performance.
Yes.
I think she's shy.
That's right. Not only is it a translation issue, you're completely embarrassed and laughing, and the people at home can't see this, but we're filming the entire thing. Are you broadcasting that live? Facebook Live? Not really? Are you sure? Periscope? Because that's good. All right.
And the
So
other thing I wanted to bring up, though, is even though it's only been a few months, you got to come. You had an excuse to come to Las Vegas now.
Yeah, my boss.
Oh, good for you.
There you go.
Now, did you guys go to hot day sessions today?
She went to the
You went, just which one?
The business.
Business of the e-business or the I don't know what is it? E-business display.
E-business.
Displays.
Right. Okay, that sounds great. And it was good. Right? You learned, yes. All right, that sounds really good. Muchas gracias. Buenas noches.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the conference. And now post that video with the hashtag, some crazy guy from America interviewed me on a podcast, thanks to my boss, whatever.
You know, America can be anywhere from Canada all the way down.
North America,
to,
South America. Brazil? I want to go to Brazil.
So
I've
some
never been
crazy
to
guy,
Brazil.
some crazy guy from.
And I'm not a
Los Estados
pregnant
Unidos.
woman, so I don't have the Zika, like the Zika
Oh,
virus.
you're going to jump on Zika now?
I don't. Yeah, the Zika.
Don't you know that's a false flag?
Not
I'm
a
kidding.
risk. It's not. Well, there's malaria. Yeah, malaria is indiscriminate, but like Zika is if you're a pregnant woman, if you're with a baby, if you're then
Yeah.
you've got that's serious problems. But I
Seriously.
clearly don't have that problem.
I don't know if it's very clear.
Hey, Brian.
Anyhow,
thank you guys very much. Muchas gracias.
thank you. I think we're about to wrap up.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up because look around here.
It's emptying out.
One lonely guy. Lewis, thank you very much for joining
Thank
the show.
you.
We'll see you at the booth. We're coming to the end. Sir, you're
Everybody's
sitting by
running.
yourself. Did you want to share any story from today? No?
No.
Are you sure?
Hey,
Let's see
did you
who
go to
else.
any hot day sessions today? You did?
No.
I did not.
Let's see. Mostly, I see around me, a lot of these people are just the last of the drinkers.
But the bar is now closed.
You're either a podcaster who has no life and you're not leaving, or you're just here drinking. So let's give it a wrap up, guys.
All right, so day one of
the Welcome to Perform is done.
And day one of the hot
And here we
sessions.
are.
I think this is my first Perform, you know.
Congratulations.
I came as a customer in 2011, way before it was called Perform and all that. This
Right.
was, 2010.
Right.
But No, my first experience with the hot days, very full rooms. I got to walk past a lot of full rooms where everyone was very engaged. I think that was a very, very successful day today.
Yeah. Now, just for our mutual listeners, what's going to happen from now, we're in like a nightclub somewhere with like fancy lighting. There should be some photographs, probably on the Twitter feed. You want to take a photograph and post it to the
I'll get
Twitter
some
feed?
photographs.
Yeah. So we'll make that
one
happen. James is going to get on the Twitter feed and send that out. So at this point...
Oh, you got one of those. How'd that thing work
he has
out?
really cool stuff. So we're going to wrap here at the nightclub.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're going to be live during the day.
Correct.
Much like this, just so people have an expectation, on and off, on and off. Maybe not as polished as the usual edited podcast that you would have.
Polished like this. Although, I guess, it's going to be a little bit more difficult in the day tomorrow because there'll be no wine flowing. But yes.
Well, we can arrange that.
Yes, it is a casino.
We can have wine and beer at the Perf. Actually, that might bring us a lot more people giving interviews.
8 o'clock's kickoff. So.
Wine and beer at the booth. So just so everyone has an expectation, we're going to be on and off broadcasting live here and there throughout the next 2 days. And tomorrow night, we're going to be offline. But there is an event. We're going to do some offline interviewing. What's your indication now from the people who participated tonight? First of all, I think it takes a couple of drinks for people to want to participate.
Even for myself. But I think probably there might have been some people tonight who were thinking, yeah, maybe I'll do that, but didn't get the courage up. But maybe tomorrow they'll be like, yeah, I'll do that.
James, you remember last time we did this, it took half a day or so for people to warm up to the idea that there's some crazy guy on a podcast.
Yeah, they couldn't quite figure out what we were doing.
And still a lot of people don't understand what is a podcast.
Right, because from what I've been told by somebody who I think very highly of, podcasts are listened to a lot more of the younger crowd.
Well, I mean, we're kind of like the political reporters of the modern day.
Yeah.
We're on the spot, we're reporting live from the scene. Yeah.
And I think maybe some of the older crowd don't quite understand this whole, what's this podcast thing I'm not familiar with? But now they're
totally
starting
rad,
to catch
bro.
on. Yeah, it's like, yo, welcome to our podcast,
Whatever.
Bro.
Totally, man.
Yeah, so I think...
whatever.
I'm looking forward to...
Why is it that whenever I want to sound hip, I end up sounding like Nicolas Cage in Valley Girl?
Because you're probably...
I was born in the 70s and whatever. All right, James, so we're going to come back tomorrow morning.
Yes, that's the plan.
And we're going to have a little bit... It'll be more like a normal broadcast. So we're going to have some segments on News of the Damned. We're going to cover some stuff. We have some interesting stories on that. We'll be taking testimonials.
We'll revisit 84 Lumber as an example.
I think we will. Was that a pretty good conversation with Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like you got into some depth of what happened Super Bowl day?
Yeah, but we'll go through our standard profiling with News of the Dam. We'll take a look at GT metrics and actually look at some of the practices that they're engaging in or not engaging in that led to their failure.
Now, that sounds good. The last thing I'll say is that if it's the last thing we do, we get Bob Stoltzman on the mic again to just go on for 20 minutes.
He can fill out the day.
Yeah,
and by the way, Bob is still here. Bob?
Hey, Bob.
Yo, Bob.
Thanks for everything. Go to the CenturyLink booth. You're going to get 1,250 credits into the CenturyLink cloud.
And if you come to the Perf Bytes booth, I'm going to ask you, have you been to the CenturyLink booth?
Because we're not going to...
Right. What about Bob?
That's Bob.
Bob.
You want to know about Bob?
Take a vacation with your problems with Bob Stoltzman.
Exactly. All right, so...
Baby steps.
On behalf of Brian...
Yes.
And James and myself, thank you very much for joining for the welcome party and welcome reception at Perform 2017, Dynatrace Perform 2017. Yes. We will see you guys tomorrow morning live bright and early. Las Vegas time.
Yes.
Woohoo! Welcome to Vegas.
Yes.